Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Asif Ali Sayed from the Department of Business Administration, Aligarh Muslim University, Aligarh. Today, we shall be discussing about the module Leadership and Motivational Skills of the paper Skill Development and Social Entrepreneurship. After completing this module, the students will be able to understand the concepts and relevance of leadership skills required in a business organization and get familiar with the dimensions of types of leadership skills, requisite motivational skills to be an effective team player. Introduction to leadership and motivational skills. Leaders are made, not born. It is a process by which a person influences others to accomplish an objective and directs the organization in a way that makes it more unified and coherent by applying their leadership attributes such as beliefs, values, characters, ethics, knowledge and skills. If an individual have the desire and willpower, then he or she will be able to be a very effective leader. It is a never-ending process of self-study, education, training and experience. These do not come naturally but are developed through continual work, efforts and study. The trait theory. A crisis or an important event can be a footing of a person to rise to the occasion, which brings out the extraordinary leadership qualities in an ordinary person. This theory represents the earliest work on leadership, which inclines to the point that great men have certain superior traits or qualities that make them different from others. Taking this definition as a point of exit, it becomes really difficult to find constant traits that can be associated with leaders. Transformational leadership theory. It is the most widely accepted theory. Self-serving leaders are not as effective because their employees only obey them, not follow them. They succeed in many areas because they present a good image to their seniors at the expense of their workers. The basis of good leadership is honorable character and selfless service to an organization. According to Bass 1996, transformational leaders tend to achieve three major objectives, which is make followers attentive to the outcome, the importance of the outcome, inducing followers to exceed personal interest for the sake of the team or organization, and move forwards towards higher order needs. As a result, followers served more confidence in the leader and report feeling greater trust, approval, loyalty and respect, especially when they are motivated to do more than the originally expected. Although numerous measurements of transformational leaders and leadership have been imagined and researched, it is commonly accepted that transformational leadership comprises of four categories: idealized influence, individualized consideration, inspirational motivation, and intellectual stimulation. Principles of leadership. Know yourself and seek self-improvement. Seeking self-improvement means continually strengthening one's attributes. This can be accomplished through thinking process, self-study, formal classes, reflection, and interacting with others. Know your people and look out for their well-being. The second one, know human nature and the importance of sincere care for workers. Third is be technically proficient. As a leader, you must know your job and have a solid familiarity with your employees' task. Fourth is make sound and timely decisions. This is very important for any leader. Use good problem solving ways for new development, decision making and planning tool. The fifth is setting an example. Be a good role model for employees. They only know and hear what they are expected to do. Rather, they must not only hear what they are expected to do but also see it. Keep your workers informed. Communication should be very open and flexible. Know how to communicate with seniors, juniors and other key people. The next is developing a sense of good responsibility in workers. Help to develop good character traits that will help them as well as others from them to carry out their professional responsibilities. Then we have seeking responsibility and taking responsibility for your actions. Suggest different ways to guide organizations for new statutes. And when things go wrong, then do not blame others. Evaluate the situation, take corrective actions, and move on to the next task. Leadership skills. Developing self-awareness implies identifying self-strengths and weaknesses. It is important for the leader to understand their strengths, self-limitation, behavioral pattern, and capability in decision making. Appreciate individual differences. Each individual has particular behavior that are shaped by cultural background, competencies, life experiences, and values, and closing the cultural gap by looking at similarities. Focusing on differences between oneself and others is not an absolute means to solve interpersonal problems, geographical, regional backgrounds, and lead more effectively. Leaders try to build relationships and close the cultural gap within a group. Understanding cultural stereotypes. Avoid stereotyping and personal biases. Leaders should understand local cultures, stand in employees' shoes, and be open-minded to differences. Frost and Walker, 2007. Understanding cultural stereotypes helps leaders overcome personal bias and value others in a diverse workspace. Leading people with respect. Respecting is a basic principle of effective leadership that includes other aspects of morality and unique traits. People have different expectations of how they like to be treated based on their cultural backgrounds and values. Increase self-assurance. A true leader must encourage his or her capability and self-assurance to assist employees build confidence and enthusiasm. To increase leaders' self-assurance, one can begin with understanding the competitor's business strategy, way of presentation, culture, organization, performance, etc., as it can enhance leaders' competitiveness in the market and increase organizational outcome. They also need to be able to identify opportunities swiftly and be capable of turning challenges into opportunities. Looking at the bigger picture. It is necessary for a leader to step back and look at a bigger picture to find out what is currently going on, staying alert to opportunities and anticipate future challenges, capability to evaluate. They must look at the challenges as a lifelong effort and an opportunity for organizational and individual growth. Create a vision and be able to sell it. A vision must be realistic, match with environmental challenges in the future, effective and positive changes that fit to the environment or for the project or for any organization and value of organization, stakeholder and customers as a whole. Most importantly, leaders need to be able to sell their vision to employees by effectively communicating with the followers or to their employees. Building effective communication skills. Developing verbal communication skills, leaders also need cross-cultural negotiation skills to maintain competitiveness. They need to be able to ask questions and exchange messages effectively. Words and tone should be carefully used at the time of delivering messages because diverse personalities and characteristics can easily cause misunderstanding and misinterpretation. Develop non-verbal communication skills. Actions speak louder than words. Leaders should take care of their gestures, personal space, eye contact, and touching. Search for and utilize the available resources. Leaders should acquire valuable information from literature and adjust their leadership styles or strategies according to the need and future challenges. Abilities to use innovative technology products, example video conferencing, instant messaging, email, etc. are important technical skills to promote leaders. Create appropriate motivational technique. Effective leaders need to establish trust, motivate team members and foster a team spirit. creating appropriate motivational technique, example, reward, which should be fair, announcement of the reward and changed occasionally, and recognition can inspire followers' performance and increase their feelings of appreciation and belonging. Taking social responsibilities seriously. Leaders have their social responsibilities to create a pleasant workplace and environment which directly affects human well-being to fulfill their social responsibilities. The four factors of leaderships. There are four factors in leadership. The first is leader. Honest leaders of who you are, what you know and what you can do. If the followers do not trust the leader or lack confidence in their leader, they will be featureless. To be successful as a leader, one should convince their followers, not themselves or their superiors, that they are worthy of being followed. Followers. Different people require different style of leadership. The fundamental starting point is having a good understanding of human nature, such as needs, aspiration, enthusiasm, emotions and motivation. Communication. There are two-way communication. Much of it is non-verbal and verbal. Both should be effective for a good relationship. Situation. All situations are different. Always decide the best course of action and the leadership style needed for each situation. Any sort of condition or a situation normally has a greater effect on a leader's action than his or her characters. This is because while characters may have an impressive stability over a period of time, they have little consistency across situations. This is why a number of leadership scholars think the process theory of leadership is a more accurate than the trait theory of leadership. Various forces will affect these four factors. Example of these forces are relationship with seniors, the skill of followers, the informal leaders within an organization, how the organization is planned. Type of leaders. Of the different type of leaders, we have authoritarian leaders. They are task oriented, autocratic and very strong on schedules. They expect people to do what they are told without question or debate and are hard on their workers. Their leaderships is about initiative, trustworthiness, integrity, enthusiasm and performance. Next we have is charismatic leaders. They are realistic, independent thinking, struggles to transfer their expertise and vision from one situation to another. They display a high expectation in addition for confidence in their subordinates, and they enhance self-esteem in them, boost self-esteem and set or accept a higher goal for themselves. This in turn can lead to more actions and an increase in subordinates' sense of worth. They may provide their followers with a positive identity. Then we have team leaders. This type of leaders work tirelessly, lead to positive examples and events to adopt a team environment in which all team members can reach their highest potential both as team members and as people. They believe in strong relationships. Finally, we have transactional leaders. The main purpose of transactional leaders is to maintain relationship between followers and leaders. They provide reward to followers for completing the tasks such as contracts for votes or promises for rewards. They guide or encourage their followers in the direction of finishing goals by clarifying roles and task requirements. They may also engage in negative feedback or aversion contingent reinforcement for a follower's failure to achieve a goal or perform a task. The positive reinforcement serves to reinforce the effort made on the part of the followers so that they continue to perform in the manner they have engaged in. Motivation. Motivation is a process that starts with the physiological or psychological need that initiates behavior or a drive that is aimed at a goal. Motivation is the permanent of force that causes people to behave in a certain way, as stated by Griffin in 1997. These needs are ranked according to the order in which they influence human behavior in hierarchical fashion. Physiological needs are believed to be the lowest level needs. These needs include food and water. So long as physiological needs are satisfied, they exist as a driving or motivating force in a person's life. The hungry person has never felt a need. Social needs. Social needs include the need of belongingness and love. Generally, as social creatures, humans have a need to belong. In a workplace, this need may be satisfied by an ability to interact with one's colleague and perhaps to be able to work collaboratively with these colleagues. After social needs have been satisfied, ego and self-esteem needs becomes the motivating needs. Esteem needs include the desire for self-respect, self-esteem, and the esteem of others. When focused externally, these needs also include the desire for reputation, fame, prestige, dominance, status, glory, recognition, attention, importance, and appreciation. Vroom's expectancy theory. It emphasizes the mental processes regarding choice or choosing. It looks at self-interest in the arrangement of rewards with people's wants and the connections among expected behaviors, rewards, and organizational goals. Vroom's theory assumes that behavior results from conscious choice among alternatives, whose purpose is to maximize pleasure and to minimize pain. Vroom's realized that an employee's performance is based on individual factors or on his motivation like effort, performance, and on his personality, skills, knowledge, experience, and abilities. He uses the variables expectancy. Instrumentality. Instrumentality is the belief that if performance has been performed nicely, then outcomes will be very effective. The degree to which a first level outcome will lead to a second level outcome, that is, if I do a good job, there is something in it for me. This is affected by such things as 1. Clear understanding of the relationship between performance and outcome, that is the rules of the reward game. 2nd, trust in people who will make the decisions on who gets what outcomes. And 3rd, transparency of the process that will decide who gets the outcomes. Valence. Now, valence is an importance that the individual places upon the expected outcomes. For the valence to be positive, a person must prefer attaining the outcome to not attaining it. For example, if someone is mainly motivated by money, he or she might not value offers of additional time off. Features of motivation. Motivation is an art. Motivation can be positive or negative. Motivation can act as managers. Motivation is a continuous process. Motivation is goal oriented. Motivation is a complex in nature. Motivation is system oriented, and motivation is different from job satisfaction. Needs and importance of motivation. Motivation offers several importance to an individual in organization and to the employees, like good relations, reduced accidents, higher efficiency, reduced absenteeism, reduced employee turnover, improves a cooperative image, improved morale, reduced wastages and breakages, and facilitates initiative and innovation. Intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation occurs when people engrossed in an activity such as a hobby without clear extrinsic motivation. Research has found that it is usually associated with high achievements and enjoyment by the employees. Intrinsic motivation flourishes in an environment where employees feel like they are a part of something larger than themselves. Fostering morale also comes from ensuring that employees have the expertise and tools they need for competence. Some human resource experts believe that more cash rewards can have greater impact with employees. Timely recognition for a job well done is vital. Extrinsic motivation comes from outside of the performer. Money is clearest example, but pressure and threat of punishment are also common extrinsic motivators. Sometimes extrinsic motivations can weaken as will. Competition is over and over again an extrinsic because it encourages the performer to win and beat others not to enjoy like the intrinsic reward of the activity. Social psychological research has shown that extrinsic rewards can lead to over-reasoning and a succeeding decrease in intrinsic motivation. Employees need the following elements to be present in their work environment for them to feel motivated, like A. Choice. Employees should have some say in the kind of work they do. B. Competence. Employees should be competent and working in a setting where people are efficient and competent. C. Meaningfulness. Employees should understand that what they are doing is useful for the organization. And D. Purpose. Employees must have a purpose, and that purpose must be associated with the organization. Once they see their purpose goals being satisfied through their work, they will habitually be motivated to continue in their work style and reach fresher levels of achievement through exciting roles and greater responsibilities. Research has shown that increased workforce motivation contributes to increased efficiency and innovation, creating problem solving, reduces turnover and decreased absenteeism. Reasons for lack of motivation. When employees are not informed about what is happening in a company, Romano 1996 reports that one of the cheapest and the best way to motivate an employee is to show how his or her particular job is making profit for the company. When a company behaves an employee as a business partner, then that employee or individual will feel a sense of belonging to that particular institution or company. Lack of communication between a supervisor and an employee is enough material to frustrate an employee. Other factors that cause employees to be unmotivated include monotonous environment where employees are bored or do not confide with their management. Let us summarize what we have learned so far. Leaders lead a team for carrying out effective and efficient decisions in organizations towards achieving goals, a basic principle of effective leadership that includes other aspects of morality and unique traits is respecting others. People have different expectations of how they like to be treated based on their cultural backgrounds and values. Also, motivation is an art that the leader uses to lead his team to get outstanding and overperforming results. Performance appraisal serves as a motivational instrument. Through evaluating performance of an employee, a person's efficiency can be determined if the aims are completed. This motivates a person for better job and helps him to improve his performance in the future. Thank you.